we going to start?
I've already started.
Okay.
We're 12 seconds into it.
All right.
Hello, everybody.
What's he into? Before we get started, what's he into?
He's eating his bone, dear.
Okay. All right. We're going to start.
Again?
We're going to start right now.
Uh-huh. Hello.
Hello. Well, I don't think we know where to start, do we?
We have not done a regular video in a long time.
Well, we haven't had a regular schedule in a long time.
Yeah.
And we're about to tell you why. It's been
We're about to tell you why.
It's been what, about a year and a half? I think we were discussing that. I think this whole thing has been a year and a half in the making. Sorry, that's Chip. He's scratching. Sorry.
That is my dog. My boy.
But anyway, we've been working on something for a year and a half.
Will you chill?
And about a month ago, it finally came to fruition. So here we are.
Right. Well, yeah. We, we've talked about retiring and moving to Florida, and we ran so many different scenarios. Since my dad got sick, we wanted to, bring them down and rent a house in Florida with them. We have run so many scenarios.
Yeah, we even discussed that with them.
Right.
And they had kind of gotten on board with it, and then, I don't know, I think that
and then my mom got sick.
Kind of got pushed aside.
Anyway, they moved closer to my sister, and they have really good access to medical care now. And it turns out that my mom really needed it. I'm sure you guys have heard.
Both of them did.
Right.
About the same time.
Yeah. When my mom was in the hospital, my dad had to go in the hospital. And, yeah, it just got kind of crazy for a while. But anyway, that kind of shook the tree a little bit to help me decide. Leah's already retired. But I need to start that process. And we're on that wagon right now.
And what we have done, I'm not gonna say it's kind of started out as a joke, but it was kind of like one of those things that we just threw out there. What if we just sold the house, buy an RV, and we just started to travel?
Well, we started looking into it.
Right, and we started doing research.
Yeah, a lot of research.
Research.
We did like a year's worth of research. One of the best bonuses to what we have decided is that we can get to my mom and dad. We can get to Kenneth. We can get to either place quickly, and not have to worry about
packing a suitcase.
Right.
Finding a place to stay.
Yeah, I'm more worried about the dog and the cat and all that.
Right,
stuff.
and having to board them and all of that.
So what we've done is we have sold our house, and Robin Johnson, very, very good friend and big helped us do that. And we have sold our house on Brown Street, and we bought an RV.
Well, here's the thing. When we bought the house, we bought it because it was
Almost
right
20
after
years ago.
right after Paula was born. 6 months after she was born, we needed more room, so we bought this house. 4-bedroom, 3-bath. It's got a living room, a dining room,
Big yard,
den, a huge yard, front yard, backyard.
Right.
We had an area, a huge kitchen. We even
formal
had
living room, formal dining room, a den, kitchen with a breakfast area.
And we even had a table, a
Yeah,
huge table, custom made for that, which was fine
Yeah.
for then. But here we are, Paula is about to move in August, and she will not be coming back and forth like she has been.
Yeah.
And so it's just the two of us, and we can't take care of the yard anymore. We can't take care of all of the needs in the house anymore.
Right.
So we decided
This
to do this.
this thing that I have is progressed. Progress. Anyway, doing infusions every 8 weeks, not fun, but it is a fact of life that's not going to go away, and things are not going to get better for
I'm not sure.
either one of us.
Have you mentioned before what you have?
I have something called ankylosing spondylitis. It is a disease that all of my joints are growing together,
Fusing together.
All my back is pretty much all fused, except for maybe 5 joints on the top of my neck. And I mean, it's not life-threatening, but it is very much life-altering, because
That's a good way to put it.
I cannot bend. I'm very stiff, have no flexibility, have very little mobility. And anyway, it's affecting everything, and I don't want to work all of my life and then have something go wrong. So I want to take advantage of what time I have left and see the country. I mean, we live in a great country, and it's got so much to see and so much to do that we want to do that. My dad was a big motivation factor. My mom, big motivation factor. And yeah, it's time. We're 60 years old at this point in time. It's 2024.
Thanks for sharing that.
Well, I'm sorry.
You know-
I'm 60 years old.
You know,
and
the
I don't
funny
give a
thing is,
crap.
I said this recently. When I turned 50, I had no problem saying I'm 50 years old. But when I turned 60, it was a few months ago, I couldn't say it. I could not even say it out loud. But that's where we are right now.
Yeah, and I mean, I can inhale, I can exhale. I can hear most things until people start muttering
No,
instructions.
he's the mumbler.
on,
So
what I'm supposed to,
he's
do
the
and
mumbler.
not do and things. But anyway, I'm just kidding about that. I mean, I've been very fortunate to marry my best friend, and we get along very well.
And we have 2 great kids
Absolutely.
that are independent, and they know where they're going and what they're wanting to do. I think Addie has finally made a decision on her future, and they both know what they're going to do and where they're going to be. So
They're on track.
anyway, after a year,
we've done pretty well.
A year and a half of preparation, research, everything, we found the RV that we wanted.
Right.
So,
we're sitting in it.
We're sitting in it right now.
We've what we're going to do is I'm now working part-time, and I work for a really great company for really great people, and with really great people that I very much appreciate and enjoy. I think they're on board with what we're talking about, and I appreciate it very much. So we're going to take short trips because we have no experience or knowledge. We have researched it extremely well, that we think, and everything so far has pretty much gone like we expected.
You better knock on wood really quickly.
Well, I mean, we expect things to go wrong. I mean, that's part of the deal.
Mm-hmm.
Things go wrong with houses, and it's going to happen.
But we started testing out RVs a while back, and we went to a couple of different places to try them out, and even the salespeople told us, you probably want to get something pre-COVID, And
Yes.
all of the forums and all of the sites that we have researched have said the same thing, that
It's manufacturing guidelines, people that care. You know, when COVID hit, everybody kind of freaked out, and they shut down.
and
you
the
know,
quality,
yeah.
they said the quality and the craftsmanship is just not where it used to be.
Now, we're not full time. Wink, wink. My eye. Something wrong with my eye.
Well, technically we're not.
We are not full time. We
right.
are
Kurt's working like three
right.
weeks, 3 weeks a
Right.
month, and then we're traveling.
Yeah.
You know,
We're actually on our first trip. This is a weekend trip that
and
we
it's close
took
by.
to a close by campground. And what we're going to do for the next, however amount of time is feel the way, feel the oats, sow the oats, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. But I mean, setting up, tearing down.
Which is
emptying
your
the
territory,
tanks.
pretty much. I
you
do
know.
help. I have a radio.
Yeah.
I guide him into
She
the
guides
spot.
me. We don't have a tow dolly that, we have a list of things that we're going to get, but we don't have to get them right away because we're not taking long-term trips. When that time comes, hopefully we'll be prepared and know what we need when we need it.
Well, here's the thing. We bought from Lazy Days
Right.
in
Knoxville,
Knoxville.
Tennessee.
I always want to say Nashville.
Knoxville.
We bought from Lazy Days in Knoxville.
Right.
And when you buy from them, you get a year membership to 1,000 Trails. And so I got all that information, called them up, told them the zone that we wanted, which
You have to pick a zone.
since we live in Georgia,
Right.
we chose the southeast. And so the campground that we're staying at right now is just over the state line in South Carolina. It's in
Right.
Fairplay. And go ahead.
What we're trying to do is just really tear down, move, put everything back up, tear down everything. Make sure everything works like we think it's going to work. We have had a couple of hiccups.
But small.
Very small. We expect things to go wrong, hopefully not big things. But
Not yet. We're not ready for that yet.
No.
So, yeah, knock on wood.
but I don't know if you can see Chip, but he's here. He wanted to be on the video.
Yep, traveling with Chip and Gloves is going to be an adventure. Chip is a good traveler.
Right.
Now, Gloves is 5 years old, and she has been in her kennel more over the last month, almost, than she
Traveling,
has since we got her.
Now we are we are going to put them in kennels when we travel. My worst fear is for them to get
Yes.
loose and start
Get
fighting
underfoot.
or whatever. Yeah.
Like
so,
Chip is right now. He's underfoot right now.
right.
Like,
He's under
Gloves
the
Gloves
diaper.
get scared, and so I'd hate for her to get underfoot or get stuck in a slide somewhere and we can't find her
Right.
and something happened to her. So she's going to be in her little carrier, and we'll
Safety first.
yeah. And if we go on a long trip, we'll stop and then let her get out, give her food and water, let her go to the litter box, and then put her back in.
Right.
But we're at a campground called Carolina Landing.
Right. But
Well,
we
we've
can't-
got a trip coming up. We have a full week coming up, the week of the 4th. I couldn't believe I found a campground. Again, it's 1,000 Trails, which cost us nothing because it was included. And I've got that coming up. And you can't go past 60 days. But there's also
You
a
can't book it
trip.
past
You
60
can't book
days.
past 60 out of 60 days.
And we're kind of feeling the way through that too, to see if we want to replace that next year.
Yeah, we might want to do it again next year.
Yeah.
I think it's like $725 for a year, and you can stay
But you don't pay anything at all.
in their campgrounds throughout your zone if you can
Right.
get reservations.
Yeah.
But I've got one coming up in September, and when that 60-day mark hits, I'm going to be online that morning, bam, and try to book it.
Yeah.
Because I've got it on our schedule. I can't book it yet because
Right.
it's not 60 days. But we got a KOA membership, and it's already paid for itself.
Yeah.
We got a Passport America. We're going to Disney. We're going to stay at the campground there.
We're going to see Mom and Dad.
I'm staying we're staying 2 days at a Passport America campground on the way down, and then the same one on the way back. That gives you 50% off of the participating campgrounds. So that's already paid for itself. We're doing the free weekend, the free night, the KOA free night in September. I got that booked already. So KOA.
That's on the way back from Mom and Dad.
KOA has already paid for itself.
Right.
Now we did do Harvest Host and Boondockers Welcome. We haven't used it yet. It's a year subscription, so we'll have to see. We're probably not going to do that when it's hot, because most places don't want you to run the generator, and with no generator there is no AC. So
well, they do have them with hookup. With just power hookup is really all we need.
Sure.
I use a CPAP, and yeah, if I don't have a CPAP, I don't sleep in the same bed as.
Well, you don't sleep either.
Yeah,
or you don't if you don't feel well.
So those are things that we're going to run up against and kind of feel our way. There are ways around that. There are batteries that you can get that would power that through the night, but it's really hot in the south, and
but we looked out here. We got a site, 50 amp sewer, water hookup. But we did. We came early. You don't have to, but I mean, it is first come, first serve. So this is the one they put us in. The only thing I don't like about the site is that we don't have a picnic table or anything, and the ones around us do. So
yeah, it's like I said.
But there is shade, which is nice. But anyway,
right. It's really weird. The back part of the coach, when the sun's going down, is in the shade, and it's like chilly.
Hello, Chip.
And the first one,
he's underfoot again.
At the front of the coach, it's warm. But anyway, we'll get 2 air conditioners, so it does keep up with it pretty well. So, but we wanted to just give some kind of update, because it's been a long time, and
we have trips planned for June, July, August, September, October, yeah. And then we're going to Disney, but we're not going camping because we're going for Paula's graduation.
Right.
That's what she wanted for graduation. So she wants to do the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. So we'll be going toward the end of the month in November, and then after that we'll see. So we're planned through November.
Hopefully that we can keep up with the videos a little bit more than we've been doing. We want. We can go back to our first video. The reason for these videos is for, number one, our kids, but they don't really watch them very much. But it's not really...
I think they do, but we don't know that they do.
Whatever. It's not really, they know who we are, they know what we are. I just want a reminder to them for when we're not here. Who we are right now. Or when they
have kids.
Right. So they can see it, any future.
We haven't talked about the RV. I know this is going to be long, and but we have done research, and we have done research, and we have done research, okay? We have flip-flopped so many times on what RV we like and what we want, okay? So we started out with one. We changed our minds on that. We started out with a Class C, changed our mind on that, and we finally decided we're going to do a Class A, which is a motorhome.
Well, we researched the fifth wheel. We researched
fifth wheels,
bumper trailers.
Good grief! The fifth wheels are not that expensive, but then you got to have this expensive truck to pull them.
Well, they're expensive. It's just, but then you have to have the truck.
But again, it's the same thing. If you find a nice used one, it's not that expensive. But then you got to buy this monstrous truck to pull it. It's just
and
it's expensive.
Well, right now. I don't know what's going on with the industry for trucks right now, but I mean, it's just a dually truck, which, you kind of need if you're really going to do full time. Not full time, something in my eye again. But if you're going to use it more than, casually, you need a full size truck that can handle a large size fifth wheel. And right now, I mean, they're $100,000.
Right.
And plus, camper, way, out of our price range. But anyway,
Yeah,
we
both
we
of
were
them. Yeah.
we were very lucky. We had two RVs that we found that were available at the time that we were ready to go, and one was a 2020,
Mm-hmm.
and then this one that we bought. I think we made the right choice, which so far we're pretty happy with. So, well, we bought a Newmar, which is.
So, I mean, it's very nice inside.
We keep finding little things. I mean, just yesterday I was getting ready to
Good
come
things,
up here.
not bad
Yes,
things. Good things.
but I was getting ready to come up here, and I was down underneath, which we haven't even explored underneath fully. And I was looking for a plug-in, and I found the plug-in, which I'm very glad I did. But then I found awning controls, and the awning has a wind detection feature
And I don't
on
even
it.
know if you can see it, but the awning is out right
Yeah,
now.
it's
We
very
need to
nice.
pull it in.
But anyway, it's we had it out one day, and it just started coming in, and I'm going, is it on a timer?
I know.
or
I'm
something?
thinking, does it
It
only
wasn't-
stay out for
I-
a little while?
It wasn't windy that I thought, but anyway, it does have
It
a
must
wind
have been.
detection, and it's kind of cool. It's got a remote, that you can. Just
But
these
anyway,
little cool things that we're finding.
This one's a 2014,
Right.
and it is actually nicer than I'm not going to say the brand, but we looked at a 2023.
We looked at a lot of brands.
Yeah, but we walked through a 2023.
Right.
I'm not going to say the brand. Anyway, I felt like I was in a tin can. It felt rickety. It felt cheap.
And that could be the model that it was.
It could have been. It was another brand. It was not Newmar.
Yeah, it rhymes with or.
But it was. Okay, shame on you.
She's like, I'm
Oh
not going
my
to say the
gosh.
brand.
Anyway, but I felt
could have been the model,
I felt like I
'cause
was in a
there's, like,
tin
tons of
can.
different
It
models.
was this one. This one feels like an apartment or a tiny home. Actually,
Yeah. Well, they had done upgrades. Whoever had purchased it before or owned it before. It's got a queen size bed, and which we've always had, and the couch is also a queen size bed. We were really looking at one with theater seating, which we could do sometime. We don't really
Right.
need to do it right now because I talked to my cousin. We went to see my cousin with his RV, and he was kind of sitting in the driver's seat.
Mm-hmm.
The driver's seats turn around and they're reclining seats. So
Which gives you more living space, really.
really, I mean the seats are very comfortable. They do recline back, and I think most of the time we're sitting in those. And they're very comfortable. It's funny because we put Chip to bed at 9 o'clock, and he stays in his kennel. He's always been in his kennel. And as soon as we put him in his kennel, the cat comes from the bedroom. She stays back there most of the time, where she loves the windows.
Yeah.
I mean, the windows, she has views of everywhere, and she just loves looking outside. And we have such a great view where
And
we're staying.
now we have a different view for these
It's
couple of
always
days.
going to change, yeah.
Yeah, which is going to be nice for her because it'll be constantly changing.
Yeah.
She gets nervous in the kennel. She doesn't like it, but once we get to where we're going, she's fine.
Yeah. She gets up in the front window. The windshield's about 5 feet tall.
Oh my gosh, it is.
By
Yeah.
8 feet wide. It's huge.
It's
It's
huge.
like living in a fishbowl. So I mean, it's fun
And
for her.
when the shade comes down at night, she gets behind it,
Right. Where
and she
just
can
look
see
outside.
out.
Yeah.
And sometimes during the day when it's hot, I'll have it down, and it does block out a good bit of the heat. And she gets up there and lays in the sun.
Right.
She likes that.
But we're not going to go crazy with upgrades. until we need them. And we're researching that as we go. We're not going to go crazy because we have everything we need now.
And we looked at larger ones.
Well, we looked at ones with washers and dryers.
Right.
My cousin said, Stephen, thank you. You get a washer and dryer, and the drum is literally this big.
Try that.
Okay.
I mean, seriously.
So, I mean, you're filling up your tanks with your water, and they do dry it by themselves.
And it's taking up space.
Right. But most of the campgrounds have very nice washers and dryers. We did our laundry here, and it did, 2 hours to do both loads?
Yeah. To do, wash and dry. So,
I mean, it's just, really weird. Right in this campground, it's literally right there. I'm looking
we can, I can almost see the
and
sign
pool's
on the
right
door.
there. We're looking at that.
But that's just where we are.
Right.
But a few months ago, I said there are 3 things that I wanted. I want a washer and dryer, I want a bath and a half, and I want a fireplace. We have none of those. Okay? But here's the thing. We got a much nicer model than what I would have gotten if I got all of those things. Like I said, this is top of the line. Newmar are top of the line RVs.
Well,
I mean,
quality build.
Well, gas anyway too. You've got Tiffin, and then you've got, what's the other one we were talking about?
Winnebago.
Winnebago's top of the line, but we've talked about Tiffin, and there's one other one that, but when it comes to the gas powered, these are, these are very nice.
About that too, and I mean, we're still learning. We're parked right next to a guy, and he has, he's got probably
huge.
a 40
it's probably
feet
at least 40 feet.
And he's traveling, it appears like with his daughter. I didn't want to pry too much, but we talked about the differences versus gas versus diesel. He's had both, and he says, I really wish I had gas. He's got a diesel now, and he said the diesel is very underpowered. It has a hard time, especially in the mountains, heading on the terrain that they're going on. And we have had no problems with this. And this is, Stephen recommended this, and it's the V10, which most motorhomes have right now. But this has,
didn't they tell us that
8 forward gears.
Now most of them are V8, right? Isn't that what they said?
Now they're going to V8.
Yeah.
That's again
another
after
thing.
COVID.
After COVID.
So, and COVID's changing everything, but this is something that we didn't want to change. This one has a mode for when you're pulling a trailer or pulling your car or whatever, and it actually, as you tap on the brakes, it downshifts, and it will actually slow the rig down with the engine, so you're not overheating your brakes. So it's just things like that we're going to learn. But right now, Lee's following and helping as far as guiding. If I have a problem getting in and out of traffic, she can help me with that. But I think, I know we made the right decision. But it's going well. I don't have any regrets, and hopefully I'm going to be able to, do this for a long time, enough to see the country, which is something we want to see.
Yeah.
So we have plans to go to our family reunion in October, and I'm hoping that Mom and Dad can go and have a really good time. So we haven't been in a long time. And my dad is, he's got one sister left, Velda, and we're hoping to see everybody. So I guess that's about it, Coach.
I know we've been talking a long time, and I know that most people probably did not make it through the end of this, but anyway, it's here, and we've talked a little bit about what we're doing.
Right.
Right now, I hope too. I told Kurt earlier, I wish we were not checking out tomorrow. We're so close. I wish that we could just stay for the rest of the week.
Well, we'll be here more.
We will probably be coming to this one a lot more often. It's just,
It's very close.
And it's
very
nice, you know. Hookup was pretty easy, right? So,
yeah. So we're getting the hang of things.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, you know, we'll keep learning as we go and get better and better at things. But so far, so good. This has been an update.
A long update, and we
Lee and Kurt.
apologize, but it's been a while.
So if you're our children,
Mm-hmm.
let us know you're watching the video. And if you're a future child, grandchild, not a future child, we couldn't have
What?
a future child.
Okay.
We're not going to have a
From the
future
future.
child.
If you're from the future,
a future grandchild or great grandchild or great great grandchild.
Oh, gosh.
You might see, but
YouTube may not be around. They have to format it some other way. But,
I hope you
but
enjoy
there
this, is
are.
what I'm trying to say.
We found a little pizza place yesterday. We found a little bakery today. You know, and normally, you know, I do videos on those kind of things. So we'll come back and we'll do videos on those. You know, short little videos.
Yeah.
And you know,
Pizza was very good.
Pizza, yeah. So we'll talk to you about the pizza later.
And it's crazy because this is not even 30 minutes.
What
from
I was
us.
going to say, it's 20-something minutes away, and
And
I'm
I mean,
like,
we've lived here for 20.
20.
This is our just
Okay.
kind of throwing this in there.
June 8th today.
Yeah.
Our anniversary is June 26th.
I knew that.
Nobody said you didn't.
How many years have we been married?
We're about to be 20.
5. I knew it. Anyway.
We got married in 1999. It's easy to remember, so whatever the year it is, add 1 to it. So it's 2024. Add 1 to it, it's 25.
Whatever.
Well,
I
easy way to
keep
remember it.
telling Lee I wouldn't want to do this with anybody else, and I was lucky enough to marry my best friend.
And I told Kurt that if you had asked me if we would do something like this 10 years ago, I would have said, heck no.
And people keep asking us, you know, are you crazy? Or, you know.
No, I haven't had anybody ask that.
Well, I think they're thinking it.
Yeah, they don't say it. Most people say, oh, I wish I could do that.
But you know, I mean, we're in a different time.
Right.
I mean, the kids are on their way.
Kids
you know?
are, getting
And,
ready to be on their own.
You know, I think we're ready. So, but anyway, I keep telling Lee I wouldn't do this with anybody else.
Me either.
You know, so we've been very fortunate. Our families, you know, very fortunate with the families and everything.
And they're supportive.
Very much.
So.
You know, so.
All right. So I guess we are done
Well, with the video.
with this video. Oh.
Are we done, Chip? Come here.
Chip's just been pacing
Come
the
here.
floor. Okay.
Oh, come here, boy.
Chip, tell everybody bye-bye.
Oh, we got Chip up here.
There he is. Tell everybody
right.
bye-bye.
Tell everybody bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Do not bark at me.
This
Do not
way.
bark at me.
This way.
Hi, Chipper.
Look over there.
Hi, Chipper. Oh, I love my dog. All right, everybody.
We'll see you.
Talk to you later.
We'll see you later.